Hello, my name is Sakaya Levitt, and this is a video explanation of problem 6a, multiplication. It is part of a video assignment for my Mathematical for Teaching course at Bridgewater State University. Okay, and today we're going to work out problem that is a multiplication. We're going to use our quadrant mat. The problem is d minus 3 times negative 2 d plus 1. Okay, so we're just going to break this problem up into two sections. We're going to have this one as our vertical, and we're going to have this one as our horizontal. We're going to place these two onto our quadrant mat. So we're going to use these as a rectangular rod, and then the single variables as a square, just a square. Okay, so D is a positive, so it's going to go on a vertical line on the positive section. So I'm just going to draw a rectangle rod here, and then we have negative 3. Also on the vertical, but it's negative side, and we're going to use it as a square. I'm going to paste 3 of these here, color those in. Okay, so the vertical line is all set. So now we're just going to move on to the second part of this problem, which is negative 2d. So we have a negative, so we're going to put this one in the negative side of the quadrant mat on the horizontal line, and it's a D, so that means it has a rod. So we're going to draw 2 rods here in this part, and color those in. Perfect. And now for the second part, which is just a variable here. So we just have 1. I'm gonna color that in. Okay, perfect. And so now we're just going to color each section in to represent the multiplication of the constants and the variable that are in our equation here. Okay. So we're going to start off on this side, the first quadrant here. So both of these are D's. So we're going to draw 2 to represent 2 here and then 1 here. And each side is multiplied by D. And when they are multiplied by D, well, the same variable, then it's going to be a square. So this one is d squared because of d times d. And then this one's also d squared. And then together, these two make, don't forget they're both negative, negative 2d squared. Okay? And now we're going to move on to this section here. So we have a D that is multiplied by just a single square here. It's just a one constant. So we're just going to draw one little rod to represent D times variable. Sorry, the constant. Okay, and that just equals D, and it's a positive because it's on the positive side of our table here. Okay, and then we're going to draw here in the third quadrant here. So we have 2 D's that are negative, and then we have 3 little squares here that are also negative. So we're just gonna draw okay, so that represents 2 times 3 here. And since they're both negative, a negative times a negative actually equals a positive. Yep. Okay, and each of these squares equals 1. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that is 6D. Okay, because remember these two represents D's, and this is just numbers 1, the constant. Okay, and now we're going to move over to here, our last set, which is just constants here, which is 1 times 3. I'll just drop 3 here just to represent. Okay, and that's just going to put us at a negative 3 because this one's here is in a negative and this one here is positive. So when you multiply a positive times a negative, you actually receive a negative. So here in our quadrant, we receive 4 different numbers that we're going to have to simplify together to receive the answer to this problem here. So what we have right now is negative 2d squared plus d, which is like 1d technically, so we're just going to put 1d. Okay, and then we got 6d down here, so it's plus 6d. And then we have negative 3, just a constant down here. Just put that into equation. So we have 2 like variables here that we can just simplify. And then we're going to receive negative 2d plus 7d minus 3. And that gives us the answer to our problem that we have here. Okay. And that is the end of the video. Thank you for watching.